Hi there, it's Karen here. Today, on 31st of December 2018, I'm starting my video blog. And it was one of the resolutions for this year to start a video blog. And today, it's pretty much the last chance when I can fulfill it. So today's topic will be something what I call register hopping. This is something what I use already for many years and which works for me pretty well. And in essence, it's a way to save money on domain registration and renewal. And normally you would go like this. You'll just pick up your favorite registrar. Registrar is a company which allows you to register a domain name and keep it for the following years so that you can use it. It's not necessarily the hosting company which provides your server resources to host your website. Yeah, and normally you would go like you have your favorite registrar company, or you just pick one and you go and register a domain name with them, and then you prolong it for every year or like every second year, depending like what's your renewal period. And you just go and prolong it year after year, and you pretty much use this domain. So what's different about register hopping? Well, register hopping allows you to be very cost efficient. It means you, in the registration process of your domain, you really look into different registrars and select one of the most cost efficient ones once you register a domain. And for the following years, it's not necessarily you shouldn't necessarily stay with this domain registrar, but you can just hop from one to another one year after year, depending on the renewal price. So there are three things with registrars. The first procedure is when you register a new domain. This is a domain registration, and there's a fee. almost always there is a fee for registration of a domain. Sometimes you get them for free in a kind of promotion, and but mostly you have to pay for the second year and all the following years. So yeah, well, I personally use two websites to compare the prices of the registrars for registration of a new domain, and these are domcomp.com. It's domcomp stands for domain comparison, written together without any hyphens, and then this one which is called tld-list.com. Yeah. I tend to use the second one even more frequently than this first one, but they are pretty much the same. You just type your domain name which you wish to register, and they will just check across different top level domains where this name is available, and if it's available, there's a list of companies or registrars which are offering this registration service, and there's a fee like in front of every company, so you can really very nicely compare them. And mostly they also have this kind of ratings which other people who are registering and using these registrars are using. They just give their review and kind of ranking, and I would recommend to really pay attention with whom you are going as a company, as a registrar company, because not all register companies are good. This is my personal experience, and I have had troubles with the really big ones. Like, I think I can say like GoDaddy, I wouldn't recommend them. They are like very popular and most of the people go with them, but I wouldn't really recommend them because they have, from my experience, pretty terrible service. And well, you have to be careful. They run a lot of promotions, and you can get like a .com domain for just $1, but it's not worth it. I would pay like a couple of bucks more to pick out a better company, like, you know, who really cares about their service and their quality of their service. The first step of the registrar hopping, you go and select a cost-efficient company once you register a new domain. And as I told you, you can use both of these websites. I'm not aware pretty much of no other websites which provide this kind of comparison. So from now on, you have to prolong your domain every time for the next following year. And yeah, you can do this either with this initial register, or you can hop to another one. Just jump to another one, and this procedure is called domain transfer. And there are three, well, generally with these registers, there are three price categories, I would say. Like one price they offer for registration of a new domain, and this is what you have done in your first step, pretty much. And the second price they provide for a renewal of a already existing domain which exists with this registrar. So it's your domain, but it's kind of parked with this registrar. So for the next year, when the time is coming, you have to renew this domain, and there is a specific price tag for this kind of operation. And well, yeah, in most of the cases, not always, but in most of the cases, the price of renewal is higher than the initial registration price. But you know what? You're not forced to stay with this registrar. And there's a third price tag with every registrar, which is a price of a transfer, of a domain transfer. And this is where we can, this is a kind of chance for us that we can in advance, like before the domain is expiring, it expires, and before they prolong it for the next year. I would recommend like 2 or 1 month before it expires, or like expiration days is coming, you would just go and choose another registrar, or at least make a check. With this both websites, comparison websites, you can do the check of a domain transfer price, and you will see if the transfer of a domain to another registrar is much cheaper than just a renewal of this domain with the current registrar. And let's say, for example, let's say you have gotten, just an example, you just get a promotion for domain registration, which would like cost you for a .com domain maybe $5, something like this, and you got this domain with the first registrar, and now you have to, after some time, you have to prolong this domain for the second year, and the price tag would be like maybe, I don't know, just $15. And you would just go and check with these websites, which I just told you in the beginning, comparison websites, what is the price of transfer to a new registrar. And let's say, for example, it would be like $8. So here we have it, two prices, one $15 to prolong the domain, and $8 to transfer to a new registrar. And with this transfer to a new registrar, you will also get 1 year of usage of this domain. So it's already included in the price. And well, let's say we decide ourselves to just go to the second registrar and save this $7. And yeah, this is pretty much what you have to do. There is a procedure of a domain transfer, and it's generally pretty much the same for most of the domains. Sometimes there are some specifics to different registrars. You have to be a little bit careful. You have to unlock one domain from the registrar, which is where you are taking your domain from, and bringing it to another registrar, destination registrar, let's call it. And you have to do some specific work there, and it's pretty mostly like described with the registrar. So be careful there, because if this thing going wrong, there's a chance that you will lose this domain, or something terrible will happen in the way. So be careful there. But in general, this is the concept, of the domain, of the registrar hopping, that you're always watching at the price tag. And not only, you have to, I want to stress it again and again, that you have to really care about the reputation of the registrar and their quality of their service. And how you can do this, you just check reviews, like what most of the people are writing, and check negative reviews really very carefully, because if somebody is writing like, oh, it's terrible registrar, it's not very informative. I would just ignore this kind of reviews. But if somebody goes very much into specifics, what's wrong with this registrar, and when, if the community also confirms this kind of behavior, I would be really very careful. So pay attention. It's really very important. And just an example here, I just lost one domain pretty recently with GoDaddy. They just say their interface didn't work pretty well, so I couldn't transfer it out. The only option I had, it was to renew with this current registrar for the price tag which they offer, and it was kind of high price. And I didn't. This domain was not very important to me. That this is how. This is why I haven't prolonged it for the next year. But it was pretty discouraging, you know, to have this kind of experience. So again, advice from me: be really careful to whom you are going. And there are certain registrars which I would recommend. Most of them have very good ratings with the community. The two ones which I would really not recommend is just GoDaddy. It's my personal experience. I have to share it with you. Sorry guys, if somebody is pissed off, that's it. Provide a better service. And yeah, the second one is it's a German. It's a rather big German company. It's called 1&1, or in German it's 1&1. And they have also, I think they go under the name Ionos or something like this, with this tld-list.com. They call it like this there. So these two companies, they have a lot of offers specifically for the .com domains, .net domains. They allow you to register a domain for just $1, but they really provide terrible service. They are very much profit oriented, I would say, and they don't pay enough attention to the quality of their service, which is terrible. It's my personal experience. So yeah, that's it. This is registrar hopping I explained to you, and I will write another blog post on this topic, very much in the specifics. And yeah, write down if you have any questions or concerns or any stuff to discuss, and I would be really glad to talk to you on that. Thank you very much. It was my first video blog, and hopefully there will be other subjects. If you have any suggestions for the subjects, please post it, and I would be really very thankful to you for this. And yeah, just give me a like if you like it, and yeah, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Bye bye.